Hello everyone, it is Brooke from the Junk Parlor. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a bunch of antique booth display ideas. So in under 15 minutes, we are going to go over 100 different ideas, things that you can do in your booth. Because if you have creative displays, that's going to help you have more customers. So if I am a frequent shopper to an antique mall and I know your booth has great merchandise, it's displayed awesomely, and you're very creative, then every time I come to that mall, I am going to seek out your booth so that I can see some more creativity or creative displays. Giving people ideas and inspiration can increase your sales. So I am an antique dealer and I have also coached antique dealers. I have since retired that group, but because of that, I think I'm always shopping antique booths and looking even more for creativity. I'm looking for what creative things are they doing with display as far as furniture placement, creative repurposing ideas. How are they laying out their booth as far as hanging things on the wall, doing color blocking, layering. And in this video, I've kind of compiled all those ideas together for you. And if you like this video, I do have 2 other videos in my playlist that's called Tips for Antique Dealers. And I will directly link those 2 videos that I'm specifically saying are a lot like this one, but with completely different ideas, down in the description box, and then I will link them at the end of the video as well so that you can go and watch those other 2. And that gives you 3 videos full of creative antique booth display ideas.
This is pretty awesome. She put wine glasses in a pitchfork. Here, architectural salvage was used to create a unique doorway. And then this display is very cool because the frame is closest to you, kind of making it seem like a shadow box. And then obviously there's a good display inside. Layers of twigs, a silver tray, a medallion, pictures, and this nice arch frame out a doorway. I'm not even sure what this metal clamp piece originally was, but it's clipped onto a shelf and then they have scales hung from it. Then these pipe wrenches were used kind of like bookends as dividers. I've also seen clamps used like that. And then here's a wood clamp that they put on a board and then used it like a shelf. In these mail slots or cubbies, they put textiles rolled up and also mugs. Don't forget that you can use picture holders like they have here to layer things in as well. Here they hung a mesh shopping bag and put a vase or a planter in it, which is a cute idea. And then they have something different than pegboard, but basically there's little clips in it and they have all of their plates and bowls and platters displayed. The scarves look super cute, tucked into this wire mesh dress form. And then we have a drawer put vertically with some wallpaper and nails to showcase jewelry. Then all these postcards are in plastic sleeves, but in a loaf pan so you can flip through it. And then just a stack of plates displayed in a box. Some of them even have the plate hangers. Another idea for jewelry is on any old ephemera, flashcards, bingo cards, playing cards. clear jars are great for display, especially collections like these faucet knobs, blocks, toys, game pieces. And then here's somebody framed an old check. So this is a great way to give people examples on how they can display something. Here's someone drilled some holes in an old spool and then ran a dowel rod through to make a display piece. This person does a great job layering, so they have a lot of things in there, but you can still see everything. Another jewelry idea, this time with a piece of fence and some clothespins, but again, somebody used playing cards. Here, a shelf that should go on the floor was mounted on the wall. Things at eye level sell better. Here they used a plant hanger to display a disco ball, but you could put a bowl or a vase or some kind of pot in here as well. I thought this was a great way to display quilts because it didn't take up a ton of room, but you could easily see them. So they used zip ties, hung the quilt from the zip tie with an S hook on these pieces of lattice, and then it was easy to look at the whole quilt. Here, smaller things are displayed in an old refrigerator drawer, a cream separator, strainer, and a little wagon. And this laundry display is super cute, especially this little homemade frame out of clothespins. This salvage trim hung is very simple, but it defines her booth space. What an absolutely great marketing tool. She had little tape measures with her business logo on them that you could take with you and keep. Some things to note in this corner are the picture is hung on the outside of the bookcase. They have brought in live twigs, and then there's also a tapestry hung on a curtain rod. Here they've actually created a display with the trunk open, showing off the inside paper and creating a fun vignette. This wash tub is filled with mirrors, frames, architectural salvage. Me an idea, I should put my wood eggs in a cloche and display them, and then I love seeing just like some natural pods in a bowl. This idea, they took a suitcase and just put it on a suitcase stand and then did a tray and made it kind of into their bar. Just brilliant, and I love these feathers in the ice bucket until they would actually use it. All of these lamps are displayed in an old display case. It's kind of hard to see, and then there is a mirror back behind it to reflect the light. These handkerchiefs are hung on an old chip clip. It's just placed horizontally instead of vertically. Someone hung these baskets on the wall, which is a great idea, but I would have them all full of stuff. Here, belts have been rolled up and placed in cheese boxes and old souvenir boxes, and belt buckles have been placed in jewelry boxes and more souvenir boxes. a fun statue to hang necklaces on, and then you have a whole dough bowl with bracelets and lots of things coming out of the drawers. A bottle drying rack has been used to display these milk glass vases. Old trophy toppers have been added to spindles that have been cut off. Another pendant display, this time it's on some old fencing.
Oh, this is a brilliant idea. I have a couple of these, whatever they are, coral pieces. You could turn them into mushrooms.
I love these lavender bundles, but I love how they've put this basket on its side. Here we have an old plate stand with S-hooks to display prisms. I've never seen a shell display like this, but it's a great idea. These little clear stands. Shopping baskets for the customers, vintage ones, how cute. And here they would wrap your gift with vintage handkerchiefs, which is another creative idea for a shop. This framed corkboard wasn't used for jewelry, but it was used for buttons, so this is another display idea. I think these are napkin rings that they strung to make a necklace. I've mentioned this before, but people like to flip, so anytime you can do something like this, you should do it. And you should also always group like items that make collections. It's more eye-catching for people when they are shopping your booth. And look at this great idea with the keys. They're just on there on wire. I definitely have enough keys to do something like that. And then I love how they have the little receipts all individual so you can buy them. Little bundles. A wine bottle and a pitcher, awesome, and the feather is a nice touch. And then she put some things in a jug up here with a feather, just adds a nice touch to her displays. Here they placed some drawers on the side, put a board on top, and now they have a little shelf. They did go ahead and clamp it together just to make it really sturdy.
Thanks so much for watching today's video. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm going to link here a couple other videos that are very similar to this one as far as display ideas for your antique booth, but they are all different ideas. So be sure and go over and watch those too. Of course, I would like you to become a subscriber. Please click that subscribe button, ring the bell so that you can get notified the next time a video comes out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.